members through an informal kamkunji so that they can understand what goes through. I remember Bishop Senator Wambua, when there were some counties that were losing. And then there was a lot of protracted fight in this house, which almost divided, because there were people who were saying 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling. Others were saying 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 kilometer. So we don't want to reduce this debate, Mr. Speaker, to that level. So I wish we can defer this matter, build a consensus, then come back and debate, and then we pass, so that we don't need to push extreme, because I know Senator Kisang, Senator Folamu and others will also want to really know these are small counties who have been facing challenges of skewed resource allocation. So, Mr. Speaker, let us give a timeout, Mr. Speaker, sit. And I know for people like Eddie who are supporters of Arsenal are still recovering from the loss that happened yesterday, Mr. Speaker, to PSG. So, Mr. Speaker, they are still recovering and mourning. So, Mr. Speaker, they should be given time to recover and look at the serious matters. Mr. Speaker, you can, Mr. Speaker, if you can guide the House on that issue, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Gloria.
Thank you, Speaker. Mr. Speaker, for some of us who are first-timers, I like to call myself an amateur in politics who's learning, an intern of this House. Mr. Speaker, I was looking forward to being sensitized on this matter. Mr. Speaker, you know, Kenyans don't even know that, most Kenyans don't know that after every 5 years, there's a revision of this formula. And so as we sit here as representatives of Kenyans, first of all, I find it very curious why we have not been furnished with the documentation. That even if it's an oversight, Mr. Speaker, you know, sometimes it looks like some things are happening and we are being just led to a certain direction. Speaker, I want to ask for the newcomers like myself who pride ourselves in being interns, if we can have a kamkunji, so that we can be sensitized on what is happening, and then we can be able to deliberate in the kamkunji before we debate this matter. Speaker, I think for some of us it will be very helpful, because as interns of this House, you know, they keep saying we are nominated, we are nominated. We would like to learn about this revenue formula, the revision, so that we can understand next time when we come back to this House, because we are coming back, we can be able now to stand up and say as ranking members and all that. So, Speaker, I'm asking for a kamkunji, if we can have a kamkunji outside of chambers, and then we can come and deliberate on the matter. Thank you.
Senator Enoch.
I thank the Speaker. I walked in when Senator Cherangany was making a very passionate appeal for timeout on this motion by Senator Roba. Mr. Speaker, truth be told, this is perhaps one of the most important engagements of the Senate in its 5 years, because this will determine the monies that will be shared among counties for the next 5 years. The Speaker, in fact, I want to implore the chair and the Speaker and the chair of the committee to actually consider a retreat, even within Nairobi, within a real retreat. A kamkunji would be like 2-3 hours. That would not even be enough, Mr. Speaker. This is a matter that we need. By the time we are coming here, we have already built consensus. So just come and just process the business and come up with a way forward for everyone. Because, the Speaker, lastly, one of the most disturbing things about a formula for sharing revenue is that it may get to a point that then one county, unfortunately, may have to not gain as much as other counties, you actually even need to walk that journey with every senator so that they know why they were getting much less than what the others are getting. The Speaker, a retreat will be important to build consensus on this matter. I thank you.
Now, honorable senators, let us make progress in this particular matter. I do agree that this is an extremely weighty matter. And if we can avoid the ugly scenes witnessed during the passage of the formula that is now under implementation, then every effort should be put to ensure that we avoid those ugly scenes. I have consulted with the chair, and we have agreed that this motion be moved on the 22nd of May of 2025. That gives us roughly 2 weeks. Within those 2 weeks, we do not need a kamkunji or a retreat. Amongst yourselves, read the document, consult amongst yourselves. If need be, before the 22nd. If need be, before the 22nd, having given you the chance to consult among yourselves, if you're finding difficulties and you need the Speaker and the Secretariat to bring you together for purposes of maybe hammering a certain consensus, we will be available. But this motion will be moved on the 22nd of May 2025. The documents should be made available today, both in soft and in hard copy. So, honorable senators, we shall now resume the normal flow of today's business, and I'll call Senator Omtata, whose statement had been dropped because when it was called out, he was not in the House, but having explained his absence to the satisfaction of the chair, I will allow him to proceed with his statement. Thereafter, we will move to comments.
Yeah? And make sure I don't hear us. Senator Chimera, stop looking at me. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53, brackets 1, to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget regarding the government's decision to lease public sugar companies for approximately 30 years, effectively privatizing ownership rather than retaining them under public control with the appointment of competent professional management. In the statement, the committee should address the following. 1, the rationale behind leasing out sugar companies instead of strengthening public ownership through the appointment of capable management, and whether this approach is in the best socioeconomic interest of the local communities. 2, how the long-term leasing aligns with principles of public accountability, including whether adequate public participation and stakeholder consultation were undertaken prior to the decision. 3, the impact of leasing out the sugar companies on farmers, employers, and local economies, and the safeguards in place to protect public assets and ensure continued service delivery and economic empowerment in the sugar growing regions. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, honorable senators, before I allow comments on the statements that have been sought, allow me to make this communication. I would like to acknowledge the presence in the public gallery this afternoon of visiting teachers and students from St. Teresa Secondary School in Mourning County. The delegation comprises 3 teachers and 64 students who are in the Senate, for a one-day academic exposition. Now, honorable senators, in our usual tradition of receiving and welcome visitors to Parliament, I extend a warm welcome to them, and on behalf of the Senate and my own behalf, wish them a fruitful visit. I do not see the Senator Oroba. You're out of order. I will allow the majority whip under 1 minute to extend a word of welcome, to welcome the delegation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it would be nice for the young people from Murang'a to know that Murang'a has got a special history with the Parliament of this House. It is from Murang'a, Mr. Speaker, the children should know, where we had the first parliamentarian who was a doctor to sit in Parliament in Kenya, Dr. Kikonyo Kiano. Mr. Speaker, it would also be nice for them to be proud of the fact that the real leader of the end of the dictatorship of a certain president in the country was from Murang'a, a man by the name of Kenneth Njindo Matiba. And Mr. Speaker, lastly, it will be nice for them to know that Murang'a is the one that has produced the best business people who took over from the white business community in Nairobi, and they're the ones who established the first black business community in this city. Welcome, young people. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, we go to comments on the statement sorts. Now, honorable senators, if you manage to get a chance to speak, keep it under 3 minutes, because my board is fairly full, so that we have as many of you having an opportunity to speak. The Honorable Senator for Mombasa.